Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Quiet Vanguard. Today we're going to be talking about you, all right? But first, as always, we go over our four pillars. Okay, these are non-negotiable standards that we as Quiet Vanguards live by. So, first one, mastery, mastery of ourselves. Okay, we control everything about ourselves. That's what we're going to be talking about today. But pillar two, right, is stewardship. So taking care of our loved ones, our friends, our family, those who are entrusted to us, being that shield, okay, and being a protector. Pillar three is alliance. So we're crushing that lone wolf, like be on your own and be strong, right? We're talking about building the alliance, building a community, okay, where we can support each other, right? And pillar four is action. So we want to make sure we're doing the work, right? We want to make sure that we're, acting on things and not procrastinating and putting them off. And that'll be coming up in a bit. So today's episode, as always, I've got my notes over here. So today's episode is about reclaiming yourself. All right, now what we have to start off with first about reclaiming ourselves and being and becoming that quiet vanguard is we have to understand where we're at. Okay, so if, for instance, I gave you a map and we were lost in the middle of the desert, we don't know where we are, but we've got a map. Well, the map's no good because we don't know where we are. So we need a baseline. We need to figure out where we need improvement. So that's what we're going to do first. I would like you to list all the areas of your life where you want to improve. Okay, don't have to do it right now. Obviously, you're listening to me, and awesome. But list them out. List where you want to improve. One caveat to all of this is that stop judging yourself by your past. Okay, I've made mistakes, bad mistakes, but we can't keep beating ourselves up about it because if we want to move forward, we can't keep looking back. As corny as that sounds, it's very, very true. Okay, so you're not going to grow if you're constantly looking back in the past. Now, we make amends for our mistakes. We understand what we did. We're not blasé about them. We accept them, but we have to keep going forward. Okay, so we're going to look at some areas now where most people or some people, maybe you, need some improvement. And this isn't me, being one of these internet alpha dog people. I'm just going to say people. This is about looking at ourselves in the mirror and being honest about if we want to be, if we want to have mastery, we want to build that alliance, have the stewardship, take that action, right? The four pillars. We need to look at ourselves and be honest, right? So let's think about the main one that you'll see all over social media is fitness, right? And that sort of coincides with health. So fitness, look at yourself. Are you fit? And that is no way saying you need to look like these fake Instagram models and have your six pack abs and your 4% body fat. Because don't know if anyone's told you, but 4% body fat is really unhealthy. So when it comes to fitness, I'm saying look at yourself. Can you climb a flight of stairs without getting out of breath? That's on one extreme, right? So can you do that? If not, we might want to start, doing a little bit of light cardio, right? Fitness. Are you strong? Can you be that protector, right? And is your body physically able to do all the things that you want to do, right? Is your body fit? Is your body strong? Okay. Well, if it is, awesome. You're doing great. Well done. If it's not, how do we fix it? Simple. Baby steps. Baby steps. I'm sort of coming at it as if you've never done a day of fitness in your life, right? You've never gone to the gym once. Don't let that put you off. Okay. You can go outside, go for a walk. Yeah. Walk around the park, walk around the block, walk down the street, walk back. Okay. Start small. Nobody hits the bullseye with the first arrow. Okay. So you're not going to start as perfect. No one did. Yeah, especially not, these big lumps in the gym or these big, super fit people who are running triathlons and Ironman competitions. They weren't that fit when they started. So, baby steps. We will fix it, baby steps. So, again, let's give you some examples. You want to start lifting weights, okay? Go to the gym. And that might sound a bit like easy, right? It might sound a bit daunting to some people, but think about it. Every person in that gym walked in a gym for the first time once. So you're no different. No one's looking at you. No, everyone's in there doing their own thing. Okay, I understand how daunting it can be for new people to go to the gym, but trust me, it's only bad up here. It's not as bad as you think it is. If you want to start being more, cardiovascular, fitness, having more of that, so you can do the things that you want to do. Start with a walk. If you're out of shape, start with a walk. Okay. Start by going swimming, right? Or start by getting on a stationary bike at the gym. Okay, but start small and build up. Just add some time each time you do cardio. Just add some time, or each week, add a couple of minutes, add a minute, add 30 seconds if that's all you can do. But try and keep progressing. Okay, what we don't want to do is get stagnant in anything, right? And obviously, health that comes along with that, fitness and health. I noticed a lot with my parents' generation that they didn't work out, like we do nowadays. They didn't take their health very seriously. And you see them 60, 65, and sometimes younger getting all these health problems because they're not taking care of themselves when they could. And now some of them are, they're too old to do that stuff. Excuse me. So that's the fix. If you want to get fitter, don't listen to all these. Again, we get away from social media, we get away from the negative, yeah, with the circus. If you want to get fitter, start small, build up slowly. It's not you don't have to be at a super athlete tomorrow or next week or next month. You just have to start little steps that progressively get you better. Simple, right? If you need any advice, just drop a comment below. Next one, what stops a lot of people from reclaiming their true self is procrastination. And it's very, very common. Not doing what you're meant to do when you're meant to do it. And again, don't take this as me being one of these influencers, right, on the internet saying, oh, you got to get up at 4 and work on your business plan. And, well, if you want to, do it. But for most people, that's just a bunch of bullshit. So, procrastination, the couch looks better than doing what you're meant to do. However, I want to explain it like this in cycles, right? So we can either choose a good cycle or a bad cycle. Yeah, positive or a negative cycle. When there's something that you need to do, whether that be something in the house, something business wise, relationship wise, having a tough conversation, whatever it may be, you've got to do it, right? And we all know the things that we have to do. If you don't do it, you start stressing about it. So you start stressing about it, it becomes more of a problem. The more stress, the more of a problem it builds. You should have done it. Now it's gone on too long when you should have done it a while ago. It gets worse and worse and worse. And there's this negative cycle. Okay. And that's just going to make the initial thing you had to do so much bigger, so much more, full of anxiety. It's just not good. You're in a constant negative cycle. Think of it the other side is if there's something you need to do and you get it done, you will feel good about getting it done. Even if you didn't want to do it, you'll be like, oh, finally, that's done. That's good. I feel good. Okay, on to the next thing. So you've done that thing. You're not stressed. You're not anxious. You're just in a positive cycle. You're not any of those things. You're positive, moving forward. So you can either pick the negative side and put things off and procrastinate, or you can pick the positive side. Get it done, even if you don't want to do it. We all have things in life that we don't want to do, right? So just do it. Nike. No, don't copyright me. I wasn't stealing your slogan, but just do it. The next one was it's a little bit out there. Think about what you ingest, right? And obviously we covered fitness and health. I don't just mean food, even though food is a big part of what it is. But think about the other outside influences on your life, right? And we'll come more onto the obvious one, which is social media. We'll come on to that. But think about the other things. Most people, this just slips them by. What news do you watch on the TV, if you watch TV news? What books do you read? What music do you listen to? What podcasts or YouTube videos do you watch? Is it good? Is it positive? Is it helping? Or is it just riling you up? Me, I can't watch television news, right? Because to me, it's all lies and it just winds me up. I just sit there and after 5 minutes of watching it, I find myself talking at the TV like it can hear me, you know, like making comments as if my anger or my frustration at the news, which I know is lies, I'm getting frustrated with something that I know is a lie, I have to turn it off because it's just negative, 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 negative. And a lot of the stuff that we're going to cover on this channel is about positive action or negative action. And we always want to make that positive action. So think about what you ingest. Music seems a bit weird. What kind of music do you listen to? Is it good, uplifting music? Does it make you happy? Or does it not? Newspapers used to be a thing back in the day. I used to see guys just reading the newspaper going, "Oh, he's done this again." What outside influences are you ingesting, bringing into your world that are having a negative impact? So write them down. Write them down. The fix for that is, yep, you got it. Turn it off. That's what I have to do. Like I said with the news, I have to turn it off. Sky News, BBC News, CNN, Fox, any news channel that's on, you know, the Amazon Live TV thing, I have to turn it off. I have to turn it off because so that's what I do to cure that problem of outside influences such as TV news making me angry and affecting me negatively. Turn it off. Okay, if you're watching a podcast or you're watching something on YouTube and it's having a negative effect because you're just arguing and it's designed to incite you, then don't watch it. Simple, right? Yeah. Cheap comforts. This one hits home for me. Cheap comforts. Bad food. Ice cream late at night. All the little things that you think are giving you a reward, are they actually giving you a reward or are they affecting you negatively? Could be booze. Could be drugs. All the cheap things that give us that little high and a low, right? So you think you're getting the high out of it, but really it's negative. It's negative. So how do we fix that? It's not easy, is it? Because you see a lot of, oh, just don't drink. Yeah, well, it's tough. It's not. People like alcohol. People like ice cream. People like drugs. Because if people didn't like drugs, there wouldn't be any drugs. Correct, right? Let's just be honest. We're being honest. My thing back in the day, I used to drink way too much because it was an escape. It stopped me dealing with all the things I had to deal with. But also the negative effect of that was every major and not so major bad decision that I made, I was drunk. I can be honest. I need to be honest. I need to be open. You learn from me, okay? If this helps one person not be a functioning alcoholic, then that's great. That means I've done. That's all I need to do. Every major bad decision, right? Every bad decision I made, awful, life-changing decisions that I made, and that had consequences for me and others, like that I cared about. I was drunk. I was hammered drunk. So think about those things. Are they a positive or are they a negative? Again, positive, negative. So how do we fix that? If you're drinking too much and stopping drinking just seems like something you can't do, or you've tried it and you can't do it, then obviously there's an addiction problem there. You need to get professional clinical help. Okay, ask for help. If you need help, ask for help. We're going to do a whole video on why we don't and why we should ask for help, but that's coming later. Food, if it's that cheap comfort, the ice cream, instead of eating a pint of ice cream, eat half. Just try and cut down. Drugs, obviously, if there's an addiction problem there, please get help, right? And we're here for you. If you need to talk to people, we obviously want you to get medical help, professional medical help. We're not doctors. But if you just want to chat or you just need some help, however we can help, we're here to help. Also, when it comes to cheap comforts, another thing with the beautiful, wonderful world of the internet is things like, the dating apps, the swiping rights, okay? That's never going to fulfill you. Just saying, I've tried it, done a lot of it. It's never going to fill that hole. So look at what you want to change and step by step, little by little, change it. That's what we're here to do. The final one is my least favorite thing of all, is social media. And I understand the sort of irony of someone on a social media platform telling you not to use social media. And I don't tell anyone to do anything. I'm just here to give some advice, or to help people. That's all I want to do. But think about social media. Is it a positive or a negative in your life? This thing here, these things, right? Other phones are available. They design it, they're the most addictive thing in human history. Yeah, algorithms. The social media companies spend billions, or have spent billions, on psychologists to make your algorithm addictive. Because the more time you scroll, the more money they make. Simple as that. The more ads, the more this, the more that. Scroll, 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 doom scroll, doom scroll. The problem with it is if it was all sweetness and light and was making everyone's life better, we'd all have better lives, wouldn't we? Because we're on it all the time. If you're consistently doing something that makes your life better, you'd have a better life. It's not rocket science. But we're not. Everyone on social media is angry. It's this group versus that group. It's you're this, you're an ist. Just add your own front of the ist word. That's all you get. It's just negative, disgusting most of the time, and it's having a negative effect on your life. So, social media, look at the sources of the social media that you intake, right? That are coming, you ingest, that are in your sphere. What's having an effect? So, think of this. If you're only listening to good podcasts that have positive effect, awesome. If you're watching positive YouTube videos, and like, may I say this one, that's here to help people, then great. However, next time I want you to do an audit, right, to see if social media is affecting you negatively. I want you to, every time you go onto your social media apps, see how long it takes before some form of negativity that's designed to rile you up, right, or to get you not liking a certain group. So again, to give you, to make you like hateful. See how long it is before that pops up on your algorithm. I actually tried to only follow positive pages, right? So, inspirational quotes and, self-help, pages that are, all the pages are fine. It's not the pages, it's the algorithm of when you press like reels, you'll get like 3 or 4 really nice ones. Then you'll get an ad for something that you spoke about last Wednesday with when no one was around, and you spoke to a tree, and now suddenly you got an ad for it. But then the next couple of reels, it'll be someone having a fight outside or whatever, or it'll be, oh, dude, breaking news, this country has just bombed this country, or breaking news, this group now definitely hates this group, and you should have an opinion, and then the next one, so it just descends into negativity. So just as an experiment, see how your feed makes you feel, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever, YouTube Shorts, whatever it may be. See how that scroll affects you. Also, reclaiming yourself, get away from the fakeness that is social media. These influencers, these so-called like gurus, right? Yeah, got my guru hat on, and I've rented out the inside of a private plane so I can take pictures to show everyone how successful I am. And I've rented a Rolls Royce. And there's companies that do that, right? You can literally, if you're an influencer, you can go and rent the inside of a G5, G6, G something jet for content. So you look like you're, sipping the champagne, and the plane's on the ground. The plane's at a private airfield. Or they go and you can lease a Rolls Royce to have pictures taken in it. So you look more successful as an influencer. The problem is people believe that that's real. We don't do that. We reclaim ourselves. We push away the circus. As a quiet vanguard, we push away that circus. That's the fix. The fix is don't buy into the bullshit. Because it is, literally. And you know it is. I know it is. But we get sucked in, don't we? Right? To our algorithms and our doom scrolling. Yeah? Oh, we got to be angry about this, and we should definitely have an opinion on this. And oh my God, look at them. They're so successful. I need to be like them, and I'm not like them. So, I'm depressed. We ain't doing that. Okay? So Reclaim yourself, have self mastery, look at what's in your life. Is it positive? Is it negative? And I've just given you some examples. There's probably loads that I haven't covered. But look at what is in your life, the people around you, the things that are coming in, things you ingest. Are they positive? Are they negative? If they're negative, do less of them. If they're positive, do more of them. Again, not rocket science, but sometimes we need to have that reset. We need to reclaim who we are. So, anyway, thank you very much for listening to this. More videos to follow. Subscribe, like, all that jazz. That's what you got to do these days to help people. If you need any help, you need someone to chat to, DM us on Instagram. I'll get the message and we can have a chat. But I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you again soon.